than before. Entrepreneurs are the backbone of America. Now more than ever, individuals are taking the first step into starting their own business. According to a 2015 study, 42% of women and 56% of men say, I could imagine starting my own business. In this episode of Connections Cleveland, we spoke with two entrepreneurs who did take the first steps and overcame any challenges or problems they had on their journey.
My name is Jesse, and I am in the business of content. I started my business a few years ago, probably about 2 years ago in Los Angeles. I happened to find $50 on the ground, and I was like, how can I make money with this $50? I didn't want to buy something stupid. I was actually on the way to the gas station to buy some peanuts, and I was like, no, I'm not going to blow this. Let's figure out how we can make some money. So I actually started a hat brand called Home and Bones with $50 that I found on the ground. If I were to walk you through my business process, there would not be a business process. I found $50 on the ground and decided to make some money with it. So I went to my computer, created a design, and then I went to an embroiderer in downtown Los Angeles, got 2 hats made, got those 2 hats photographed by a professional photographer. Then I set up a website, we started taking pre-orders, and then next thing you know, I'm here now. It was just me acting on impulse. It wasn't really me setting up a business plan. The business plan actually came after the motivated action. You know, I was moving so fast, and I'm like, wait, this is a really good idea. I should copyright this. I should freaking file for the trademark. I should do all of that stuff. So I did that all after the idea. Early challenges that I faced. The only challenge that I ever face and ever will face is me. Just staying organized, staying on top of it, making sure that I ask for help when I need it, making sure that when things aren't right, I say something. You know, organization is probably my biggest challenge because I wear so many hats and there's so many things going on. So I have to write everything down, I have to get everything in writing, and I have to put them in a specific place. So I found out that that was the weakness that I had, and then I did what I could to correct it. Do I see my business making it past 5 years? Well, the statistics say that most of these businesses are going to fail. But I definitely see it going beyond 5 years, just based on the niche that we were able to carve out and how we've become more than just clothing, but we delve into quality content.
The Women's Recovery Center provides addiction treatment prevention and education programs that are client-centered, family-based, and recovery-focused. At the Women's Recovery Center, treatment services are based on individual needs. Our 3-stage addiction treatment program includes trauma recovery education, parenting classes, art therapy, and relapse prevention education. Please donate at womensctr.org. That's WOMENSCTR.org.
My top 3 best practices for small business owners. I'd say get organized, write things down. Get help would be number 2. You know, I can't tell you how many times I wish I had asked for help. You know, just get help. Make sure your employees feel valued and actually value your employees, you know, and the value input. And also, you know, listen, pay attention, you know, like that's it. So one of them is pay attention, one of them is ask for help and get organized, because that is the foundation for anything. Upcoming entrepreneurs, if I had to give you any advice, I'd say just start. Start somewhere. Start where you are. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just have to move. The idea is that, you know, so many of us want to wait till something's perfect or want to wait till something, or wait till you have all the answers, but, you know, it's best to kind of just jump and figure out how to land. You know, like that's it. That would be my advice. On top of that, it would be like, you know, get organized and kind of have an idea of where you want to end up, and then make your quality and make your decisions kind of reflect where you want to ultimately be. You know, so if you want to be respected, you have to adhere to certain guidelines that continually perpetuate that idea that, you know, we're a respectable company and we're a respectable and reputable brand, and we operate as such. Like, that's it, period. My biggest motivation to keep my business going is wanting to get out every idea that comes into my mind and see people enjoy it, or at least see the reaction to the idea. I had a friend who passed away from cancer unexpectedly a few years ago, and he had so many ideas that never saw the light of day. So with that being said, that is my focus. I want to live to see the fruits of my labor. I just want to see people enjoy it, and I want, you know, I want to leave fulfilled. I don't want to die with the music or the art or anything still inside me. I want it to be in the world, and I want people to be able to enjoy it, you know, while I'm here. My biggest supporter, like in terms of people, like in terms on the grand scale, my biggest supporter would be someone who loves Ohio, someone who, you know, is on the cutting edge of what's cool and doesn't necessarily need a label or a brand or anything that, and can kind of foresee a trend before it kind of goes. That's my biggest supporter. But if we're talking on the actual person-to-person level, I'd say that Michelle Henderson would be my #1 supporter. Like, she has every hat. She reps the hardest out of anybody. So if that was what you're asking, it's definitely her. Yeah.
My business is Creative on Purpose, LLC.
What is the industry?
Music entertainment. I did it in 2015. I founded the LLC. What I did was I bought a book, and it was called The Self-Promoting Musician. I read that book. It told you how to set up a business. It's like, go to the Small Business Development Center. I did what it said. After that, I set up the LLC. And then the next thing I did was I got online and I got some more books. I got a book called Marketing for the DIY Musician by Bobby Borg. And I spent the whole summer sitting down trying to figure out what my business plan was going to be, who my target audience was going to be, how do I reach them, how do I visualize them. I sat down and did all of that first. And I have to say that was really what my business process was, because by doing those things, I was able to set a vision for myself. I knew what my business looked like, who I should be reaching, and steps I should take. And then I sat down and wrote a business plan. The biggest challenge that I faced, I have to say, was believing I was good enough. It created a block. And so I would see people doing things that I wanted to do, and it would be like, oh my God, that's so amazing. I'll never be able to do that. And that's not true. So that really was the biggest challenge. The second biggest challenge was and is networking, because I tend to be me, a kind of person who is a great producer. I make things, but I don't really know how to find an audience, and I'm not comfortable with pushing myself, so, promoting myself. So I had to learn how to work social media. And I can tell you another book, because I'm a book person. I found a book called Share Like an Art, and it really tells you how to use social media. I started following those suggestions, so that was a good thing. So that's it, I guess. The advice I give is, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, understand that you have cycles. Mm-hmm. Okay? There are times when it's going to be amazing, and you're going to have more work than you can handle. And then there's going to be times you're going to be looking around going, whoa, what happened? It doesn't mean you're a failure. It means that you're in a business cycle. Mm-hmm.